And my mic was fucking muted. Get it fucking again. I can't believe why do I forget this? Okay. Scene. Today we're gonna be reacting to why is Brad Pitt so attractive? If you don't know, or if you haven't been watching, I am very obsessive with myself. So much so that we're actually not gonna say that. But I'm very obsessed with myself. And I think I am attractive to myself. And since I think I'm attractive, I came across this guy's page, and I'll show you that later, where he rates people's faces and gives them like honesty. Like he rates like the little things about a face. He rates it, and I feel like it's very honest because I never knew what made Sydney Sweetie so attractive, or why people think she's attractive. And he did a video on her face. I was like, oh, maybe that's the reason, and it's not because of her boobs. So I haven't watched the Brad Pitt version on his YouTube channel because I've been binge watching his shit because, you know, since I'm obsessed with myself, and basically he does look maxing or maxing, or like he's like a teacher of like, okay, long story short, if you heard of the term mogged or maxing or bye-bye, or and they do this, that's basically what it is. That's basically what he's doing. That's, you know, how to make people look attractive, or what makes them look attractive, and what makes them look like not attractive. So let's watch it today. And if I feel like it at the end when I'm done watching this video, I might send in like $50 for him to do like an honest face. Well, he is honest. It is being honest of him rating my face. Now, to be honest, I do think I'm like the top of the charts because, you know, I need to think that way. If I don't think that way, then I won't. Then something happens and I just shut off like this. So that's why I have to think myself as the top of the charts. So let's get into this YouTube video. Okay, let's just get into this YouTube video. I'm done. I'm just getting to this. I was about to say like copyright, but isn't that like only to music? There's literally no reason why I should be watching this right now. I'm just gonna watch it. On to the video.
Brad actually has a jaw that is too wide, which is kind of a good problem to have, obviously. Most people do not suffer from this problem, but his jaw is 93% the width of his cheekbones, and ideally we want this at 92% at the upper end. We can kind of see he's always had these like overtrained masseter muscles, a little overtrained, and we can see it kind of gives him that like chipmunk look. I mean, in this photo, it almost looks literally wider than his face, which I'm not going to count this photo. I don't think it's his prime. I think this photo is a pretty good look. Again, he didn't lose much points for this, but it's a minor flaw. He has a perfect jaw inclination of 94 degrees.
You see how he's like saying like random shit that is like that I've never heard before, and I'm pretty sure most people don't heard like a jaw inclination. Like, what the fuck is that? But apparently it's just another word for your jaw. Now, if you can't tell by me, I have an excellent jawline, and I don't know where I got this from. It isn't from my mother, and it's not from my father. I just happen to have a great jawline.
Which is perfect, and it harmonizes perfectly with his ipsilateral alar angle, which is also 94 degrees. So this is a very aesthetic appearance when your mid-face harmonizes perfectly with your jaw. It's very good. He has a perfect chin to philtrum ratio of 2.5.
And also, I don't understand who is clipping the things that are like being like gay, like this cock, and then the ass, and then the balls. Like, maybe I need a better like screen cover, but like just so you can get traumatized the way I'm getting traumatized. But I'm not showing it, but in reality, I am traumatized by looking at that shit. So please stop, because I'm pretty sure that's going to get me banned. Because it's going to get me banned.
0.55 to 1. And I think this is the perfect balance of both masculine, but not too much. So this is perfect. And his chin is fairly square. I think it could be he could have a bit more lateral concavity. Like it could go out a little bit more, but very good still. So yeah, his jaw is very good. His eye region's also quite good. He has perfect eye spacing of 45.5%. I mean, debatably not perfect, but within the ideal range. Very good eye separation ratio. Again, we want it as close to 46 as possible. And on top of this, his eyes are one eye width apart, which is perfect. And he actually has quite good PFL. Like the total length of his eyes are quite high, which is a very good trait. His eyes are also positively tilted at 6 degrees, which is, again, perfectly within the ideal range. And we also see that his eye shape is very good at, in general, when he's not squinting, it's about 3.2 to 1, which again, that's in the ideal range of 2.8 to 3.6. It's a very good balance. It's a compact eye shape, but it's not too narrow. So this is a perfect eye shape. So his eye region's also very good. His jaw is quite good. Now, things do dwindle a bit when we look at his eye.
I didn't know you can delete it. I thought it's forever. Okay, as you can see, this picture's ugly as shit. Like, I actually really want to, but I'm, like, trying to be nonchalant. I really actually want to get, like, an honest rating of my fucking face. Like, honesty is the best policy. And I think I'll be happy with any number. Period. And I have $50. I have a lot of money. But at the same time, that it's weird. Like, it's weird. Like, that's weird to send. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Eyebrows. So they're a little bit too high set. I created my own metric to measure eyebrow setness because I found that comparing the eye height to the eyebrow setness didn't make any sense because people have varying heights of their eyes, but the mid face doesn't vary as much. So I kind of use this metric, and this line is 88% of this line. And ideally we want this at 90%. That's low set eyebrows. So he's at 88%, which is medium low set eyebrows, which is still a very good measurement, just not perfect. And then we also see that his eyebrows are negatively tilted, which I think aside from his nose is arguably this is his biggest flaw in his entire face. His eyebrows are around -4 degrees. So this is a pretty significant issue. Also, he has very low upper eyelid exposure. He has nice fat placement.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Like the over eyelid exposure. Like, I have regular eyes. I don't have hooded eyes. I feel like it's regular, but apparently, like you can have too much of your eyelids showing, and I don't even know what that fucking means. But whatever. It looks bad. What do you mean it looks bad? What are you talking about?
Above his eyes. We can see that here as well. He's squinting a bit here, which kind of affects, his eye shape, his eyebrow positioning. Anyone can do this, but in reality, my eyebrows clearly aren't that low set, right? So, but even when squinting, it's still actually not really positive. So that arguably is his biggest flaw. His mouth to nose width ratio is a little bit flawed at 1.32, and we want this at 1.38 to 1.45 ideally. So a little bit flawed there. Not a big issue. He has medium high set cheekbones. Could be a little bit higher set. He has a wide neck, which is ideal. He has a perfect 1-to-1 mid face. So this is 1-to-1, perfect. He has a high facial width height ratio of 1.9, which this is a very good feature, very dominant, very masculine. And the last front profile thing we'll look at is his facial thirds, which are very good with a 37% lower third, which is very masculine. So these are good as well. And his total front profile score is 82%. This is a really good score. This is pretty good. The main deductions here also, I forgot to touch on. His total face shape is actually, I thought it wasn't an issue, but it is 1.29 times taller than wide, which is on the feminine end. Ideally, we want this at like 1.33, the lower end. So his face shape is a little bit feminine. Again, the mouth to nose width is a flaw. The eyebrow tilt and setness is a flaw, but generally still a very good front profile score of 82%. So taking a look at the side profile, it's actually good as well. It scored 82% as well. It's kind of hard to see. I used some other images, but his gonal angle is 115 degrees, which is good. His ramus is long in proportion to his mandible, and his mandibular plane angle is good. So good jaw from the side. His facial convexity.
Do you see how I'm saying that he's like, looks like he's like know what he's talking about, which he does know what he's talking about. Because I was, I look at some people attractive and I'm like, there's literally nothing attractive about this person, but I feel like this. No, it's the other way around. I feel like other people think that, and I'm like, there's nothing attractive about this person. Timothée Chalamet, he's ugly. But it's because we as human beings, yes, me and you, it's right there. Anyways, we as... Are you fucking kidding me, Sasha? Anyways, just ignore. We view something as attractive, but we don't know exactly what it is, and this is what it is. So, moving on. Yes, this video is actually fucking real, and people do call him gay because he analyzes majority of men's faces. But to be honest, I don't think he's gay, but I don't think he's straight.
The roundedness of his profile, this is good. He does fail some lip assessments. The E-plane he fails. The hold away H-line slightly fails. So basically we see that his chin could be a little bit more projected here and a little bit rotated. Kind of a counterclockwise movement, but not a big deal. He has a acute nasofrontal angle of 122 degrees. This is very masculine and good. He has a good brow ridge inclination of 16 degrees. So it's actually a good side profile. And his overall facial harmony of both the front and the side profile is actually also 82%. So in my scoring, I got an 82% for the front and the side. So this is a pretty high facial harmony. There are faces that this level of facial harmony that can be in like that 9 out of 10 tier, 1 in millions. Is Brad Pitt in the 9 out of 10 tier? No, and we'll get into why. So first we'll talk about facial angularity. So he does have an angular face. However, I'm gonna have to give him a score of 8 out of 10 here. So it's good.
He's an 8 out of 10, really? I thought he was like a 6. Because to me, he's ugly, so. And I'm always correct, so.
But it's not ideal.
So let's read the comments of this video, shall we? While the imperfections that can be found on Brad Pitt are indeed there, they actually contribute to his overall harmony and his iconic look. He has an overgrown masseter muscles as well as his negative tilted eyebrows that gives him the iconic and unique Brad Pitt look. Okay, we did an X. I never seen a good person IRL. I think you underrated him. Exactly. Like, it's very rare to see an actual attractive person, such as myself, in public. So, he's right. People say my jaw is too wide. It could be flawed. Literally, people say that to me too. Well, they just say my head is too big. So. Well, he's a 10 out of 1,000 in my book. But do Henry Cavill. Okay. Anyways, he's an 8 out of 10, which is good. That's good. So, let's see.
We've all been captivated by Chico's unique and striking features. But what exactly sets this top male model apart and makes him so intriguingly attractive?
Shut up.
Firstly, let's look at Chico's facial symmetry. By mirroring his face's left and right side.
It's $19 a month. But I don't want to do a subscription. Like, I just want to do a one-time thing. A one-time thing and get it done and over with, and I'm moving on with my life. Okay. But yeah, look at this. Look maxing. He says he helps his subscribers by look maxing. So this was him before, and this is him after going to his academy. Do I believe it? No. I don't believe it. I don't believe this shit. I don't believe it. Okay. But yeah. I'm shocked. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Or maybe I won't. Become a member so we can get this fucking face ready. Done and over with. Okay? But that is it of today's YouTube video. Okay, ew, why do they look creepy? To be honest, as I was saying earlier, looks really don't matter. Looks don't matter. Can you post on YouTube to get 100? I'm posting this right now. I was literally making a fucking YouTube video, but you didn't know that now, did you? Okay, anyways, long story short, Adriana. Okay, okay, I'm shocked. But yeah, looks don't matter. Actually, no. No. Hold on. Wait a second. Looks does matter. But since the majority of the universe is ugly, or majority of the human beings are ugly, people make it not matter. But in reality, it does. And that is what I wanted to say. Now! It does, doesn't it? Okay. Now. If you're so ugly, if you look in a mirror and you honestly think, this is what I think. So I like to picture myself if I was another person looking at me, and what would I think? And I think, oh my God, that's what I would have thought. So if you honestly think like in another person's view that you're ugly, and you haven't hit puberty yet, then it's on to move to plastic surgery. Because puberty is the only thing that helped me. And it should help everyone, but clearly not. And genetics. So if your mom is ugly and your fucking dad is ugly, bitch, you're ugly. Sorry. And that wasn't the case for me. Actually, no. Okay, let me talk some shit and then I'm gonna leave. If you're deleting clips, I don't even know how to do this shit. Okay, long story short, my mom and my dad are not ugly, not on incest. But my siblings are. So I wondered, and this is what makes me think about if God exists. This is what makes me think, like 0.1% God may exist because of me. Ooh! Because all of my siblings are ugly as shit. Like, I'm being honest. Like, none of them are like, but, and then there's me, and I literally wonder. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Am I even my mother's child? Or am I Jesus Christ reincarnated?